The characters in the story. Dr. Robert Sandy, the protagonist of the story, his wife Betty, the Saudi Arabian prince who gave Dr. Robert $1 million diamond, surgeon, and the nurse who operated on the thief who stole the diamond, and finally the jeweler. Here in the story, the diamond too is a character, though it is a non living thing, but it has a greater role to play in the story. The entire story revolves around this pure white diamond gifted by the Prince of Saudi Arabia. The plot of the story revolves around a doctor, a Saudi Arabian prince, and $1 million diamond. The good and helpful doctor refused the money offered as treatment on the prince, and so the prince paid him in kind and gave him a diamond. The theme of the story. Now, what is a theme? It is an underlying message or big idea or what the author is trying to convey in the writing of a novel, play, short story, or poem. It is what a story means in short. There can be one or more than one messages or themes in a story. There are various themes in the story. The surgeon. One can read the message of humility here, humbleness, that is, magnanimity, loyalty, and integrity in the character of Robert Sandy. Now, as a professional, he maintains a good professional ethics. He is a different kind of a doctor who presents a loud and clear message to the world of doctors and other professionals to work with zeal and loyalty that certainly pays you beyond your expectations. He is a kind of Messiah to all his patients. So, students, let me tell you the story in brief. Dr. Robert Sandy, the protagonist of the story, is a very good doctor. We can call him the good doctor. So this good doctor recently saved the life of an Saudi Arabian prince. And the Saudi Arabian prince was so impressed and so happy that he rewarded the doctor with a large diamond. Robert Sandy did not accept it in the beginning, but later he did. And when he took the diamond to the jeweler, local jeweler, the jeweler informed him that it was worth $1 million. Robert Sandy was not a very rich doctor, so he never had seen such a costly asset. When he took it to his wife, she was excited. But at that time, Robert Sandy and his wife Betty were supposed to go away for the weekend for a journey. So they decided to, first carry the diamond with them, but then they thought it was too risky. So they finally decided to hide it in their house and in a safe place. There was no other safe place than putting it in the ice tray inside the freezer and, freezing it to an ice cube. And when they returned, unfortunately, their house was burgled, and even that ice cube where the diamond was there in the freezer was missing. And meanwhile, in the hospital, a young surgeon and a nurse was operating on a patient, and this patient in his intestine had a diamond. They found it, and when the patient was slowly recovering, the doctor and the nurse took the diamond to the local jeweler, and they found that it was a real diamond and it was worth millions. But the local jeweler was none other than the jeweler who had recognized this diamond, and he immediately notified Dr. Robert Sandy about the diamond. So Robert Sandy, who was searching for the diamond, and he even notified the police. He finally came, and this young doctor and the nurse was taken into custody. But later they were released because it was not their fault. And the thief that was lying on the bed in the hospital was soon arrested, and then he narrated the story that when he went to burgle in the house of Robert Sandy, he made a drink, and there in the drink he had placed an ice cube from the freezer, and coincidentally again this ice cube happened to be the one where the diamond was hidden. So isn't it an interesting story? And read the story. There are more in the story. So reading would help you to know many things that we missed out in the story. So goodbye everyone.